I'm Ray. This is Chubby Ray Comics, and every month I do my best writers list. I did it for January. Now February is almost over. I got to give you my best writers list for this month. I'll do another one in March, and it changes because just depending on the mood and how I feel and what's come out, it varies. I have a good list for the month of February, and I want to share it with you now. Top 10 best writers in comic. Number 10. I heard this week he got signed to an exclusive contract to DC, Jeremy Adams. This is his Green Lantern run, which is currently going on, and it is fantastic. Green Lantern stuff, very good. I like what he's done. A classic book of his, Flash. He wrote The Flash. He did Search for Barry Allen, The Flash, which was a great book. So Jeremy Adams, number 10. Number 9 on the list, Mr. Kyle Higgins, who gave us the Massive Verse. He is the writer of RB, Radiant Black. I love this book. If you haven't read it yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend Kyle Higgins, a fantastic writer. This is a fun and good book. Of course, he also gave us Nightwing. He wrote that New 52 run of Nightwing. So Higgins responsible. He's known for Nightwing, but now it's all RB, man. He's known for Radiant Black, which is cool. Number 8 is Mr. Mark Waid. Mark Waid is so talented. He's been writing for so long. It's hard for Mark Waid to go wrong unless it includes magic. If it has too much magic in it, I don't like it. But man, his World's Finest run is fantastic. Absolute Power, right? All the Absolute Power stuff from last year was Mark Waid. Fantastic book. And of course, a classic book from him, Justice League, man. JLA, Tower of Babel. Number 7, Tom Taylor. Current run on Titans is fantastic. He is, of course, known for his run on Nightwing. I think his Nightwing run is going to be legendary. There's an omnibus coming out of it later this year that I will definitely get. And of course, let's go back. Superior Iron Man. Remember when he did some stuff for Marvel? Superior Iron Man. Tom Taylor, number 7 of my best writers list. Number 6 of my best writers list. It's a guy who's currently not working in comics, but he's fantastic. I recently got into his stuff, and it's amazing. It is Donny Cates. Here's Absolute Carnage. This is the Venom book, Absolute Carnage. Of course, he did the whole Absolute Carnage omnibus, and there's a paperback of it as well, but it is great. I love Donny Cates. Number 6 of my best writer list, Mr. Donny Cates. Number 5, Benjamin Percy. Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider is fantastic. Ghost Rider is great. What Percy is doing with this character is phenomenal. It is really good. Of course, he also did Wolverine, and that was a phenomenal run. And if you don't know, he did a great run of Rebirth Green Arrow. His Green Arrow book was fantastic. He's reestablished all of them, and he's made great books. Benjamin Percy, fantastic. Number 5 on my best writers list. Number 4, he's currently writing Absolute Superman, but he also rejuvenated Star Wars. Jason Aaron, number 4 on the list. Jason Aaron, what he's done in this book alone is fantastic. And Jason Aaron made Thor interesting. He made Thor interesting. He made it good. What he did with Thor a few years ago was fantastic. Number 3 on my best writers list, James Tynion of the Fourth. James Tynion, Something is Killing the Children, is phenomenal. No one has read this and not liked it. And I was not a fan of horror comics, but this book, this series is sensational. What Tynion's done with this has been great. I love his work. In fact, I think his Batman run, there's an omnibus coming out next month. His Batman run was great. Ghost Stories, where he introduced Ghostmaker. Oh my God, this is fantastic stuff. And he's the one who did, this is Detective Comics. He did the whole Batman, the Rise of the Batman Detective Comics. There was an omnibus made from it a couple years ago. Fantastic. His stuff is great. He wrote Tim Drake so well. His detective run was great. So James Tynan of the Fall. We have a tie at number 2. A tie for the second best writer. How do you not put Jonathan Hickman on the list? Come on. Jonathan Hickman, he took us through that Krakoa era. He remade X-Men, made them interesting again. He also redid the Avengers with the new Avengers and Avengers leading to Secret Wars. He did the Fantastic Four too. Jonathan Hickman is an exceptional writer. He's tied. He's one of our number 2 writers. He's tied with the one and only Jeff Johns, one of the finest writers of all time. Jeff Johns is exceptional. His book, Geiger, is so good. If you haven't read Geiger, I highly recommend Geiger, Junkyard Joe, all the Ghost Machine stuff. Ghost Machine is Jeff Johns. And this great group of other writers and artists that he's got with him, it is exceptional. He's also known for Green Lantern. Nobody has done Green Lantern like Jeff Johns. What he did with Green Lantern was so cool. And all those Green Lantern omnibuses are out there. And the reason they're some of the best sellers of all time is because of Jeff Johns' interesting stories. He's such a great universe builder, which is why I'm very happy that Image is giving him a chance now to build his own universe. Remember Dark Side War? He did Dark Side War, Justice League. In the New 52 run, he did Justice League, which was responsible for. How do you not put someone on the list who was responsible for coming up with this? Oh my God. Jeff Johns, number 2. And current best writer, in my opinion, Josh Williamson. Here's Josh Williamson with his Green Arrow run, which is, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend his Green Arrow stuff. It's amazing. Or his Superman stuff. Superman Supercorp. Oh my God, this is so good. And of course, he did Dark Crisis. How do you not expect the guy who did this to not be number 1 on the list? Come on. Of course, he was responsible for all that Flash stuff. He was responsible for all the Flash stuff, the Flash Rebirth era. Josh Williamson, he was writing Batman and Robin. It's so good. Everything Josh Williamson touches is fantastic. He cares. It shows up in the writing. He's number 1 on my best writers list. And remember, I do this list every month. If you agree or disagree, let me know. Like, follow, comment, go away. Tell me I'm crazy. Ask me questions. Ray, where's Brian Michael Bendis? I love Bendis. He's not currently writing anything. If I knew what he's writing, I'd put him on the list, but I don't know what he's doing. Maybe you think there were definitely other people that deserve to be on the list. There's a lot of fantastic comic book writers. In fact, one of the things I'm most excited about comic books is the writing. I think the writers we have now are so good. You're hard-pressed to find a book coming out that's bad. I mean, most of the new stuff is sensational. That's why I do this list. I'm enthralled by comic writers. I'm just so impressed by them. And nothing turns me on than talking about the writers. That's why I do my top 10 list every month. And this month, number 1, Joshua Williamson. So congratulations, Joshua. If there was an award, it would go to you, my friend. But Williamson, number 1, Ty, Hickman, and Johns, number 2, Tynan, number 3. You guys, you know the whole list. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Ray. This is Chevy Ray Comics. I'll talk to you later.